Good day, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warrior Spy Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. How are you guys doing? I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind for a little while now, and a little reinforced by last night's performance by Ryan Garcia. Saw that card. It was basically a card of mismatches, just trying to boost some of the fighters of from Golden Boy or de la Hoya promotions, and try to make them look good, fighting opponents that are not at their level. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the comments that some people have made in the last few weeks, specifically after and before, a week or two before, Subriel Matias fought Ergashev. And some of the comments that from boxers, experts, commentators have been basically denying that Matias has either good skills or is a flat-footed fighter. Basically, just not giving Matias the credit he deserves, specifically before and after Ergashev's defeat. The excuse was later on that Ergashev was not who they thought. I mean, basically not giving credit to Subriel Matias' performance. And the comments, going back to what inspired me to do this video this morning here Sunday in Miami, Florida, was that some of the comments that I've heard and I've read either on my YouTube channel or other YouTube channels, some of the other comments that I've heard is that well, who has Matias fought? Why do you guys are so hyped about Matias when he hasn't fought anybody? All right. And when you start discussing boxing with people that aren't knowledgeable about boxing, and they just follow, social media champions like Ryan Garcia and other champions or so-called champions like Romero, and guys that actually have a good or a high social media following. Well, my opinion is you shouldn't argue with them, you shouldn't discuss with them, because basically they're showing their ignorance, and they haven't done their homework. All right, they haven't done their homework. They don't know who Subriel Matias is. They don't know who the opponents of Subriel Matias have been, which have been great opponents, undefeated, live dogs, guys that were ranked very high. Actually, the fights that Matias has had have been title eliminated bouts with guys that weren't defeated. And Matias has been able to dominate them, put them away, and make them quit on their stool. All right. So when you say, and I don't want to hear that again, when you say who has Matias fought, and Matias fighters aren't that good, do the research. All right, before you put your foot in your mouth and say stupid stuff with that other knowledgeable fans actually are aware of. We and I consider myself a knowledgeable boxing fan, because this, not only have I been following boxing since I was a little kid, but I was a boxer, and I am a coach. I'm a boxing coach, and I follow boxing all the time. All right, guys, I'm not just a writer. I'm not just a YouTube fan of boxing. No, guys, this is what I do for a living. I don't know it all. I'm not saying that, but I do have the experience in order to shed some light on prospects and on fighters that actually have potential to become great. And I've been saying this for a long time about Subriel Matias. Ever since I first saw him a few years ago, I said this guy's going to be a champion one day. He's going to make his island proud. And so far, so good. He hasn't had an easy route. But today we're going to talk about a little bit. I'm gonna make a link between what happened last night between Ryan Garcia and Oscar Duarte, his victory over an unknown Oscar Duarte, who actually had in his resume a high number of knockouts. All right, you saw the fight yesterday. I don't have to tell you about Ryan Garcia's performance. I think it was mediocre. I don't think Ryan Garcia, to be honest with you, is a fighter that's a high level, has high IQ boxing. He does have skills, and he has a good amateur pedigree. But I don't see him being able to beat the top dogs at 140. And how am I connecting Matias with Ryan Garcia? Well, I'll tell you how. After the fight, Ryan Garcia has stated that he would like to fight Rolly Romero for the, I believe it's the WBA title. Rolly Romero, as you all know, has a belt, and it's what they call an email belt. I mean, he didn't beat any champions to have it, to win it. So why does Ryan Garcia, who believes, and this might just be promotion, self-promoting type of talk, but who actually he says that he's the best, that he's going to be able to beat everybody, fight the low or the weak link of the 140-pound division. All right, when there's so many people at 140 pounds that I believe would sweep the floor with Rolly Romero and with Ryan Garcia. All right, why doesn't Ryan Garcia pick Subriel Matias? Why doesn't Ryan Garcia pick the winner between Regis and Regis Prograis and Devin Haney? Why doesn't he mention Subriel Matias? Why doesn't anybody mention Subriel Matias for that matter? And the true reason is that boxing today has become more about who makes the most money, and not about who is the best fighter in each division. All right, we do have some fighters that I consider great in some of the divisions, but if you look at the ring rankings, we're gonna go over this real quick, and I want you to honestly tell me, all right, how do they come up with this ranking? All right, Ring Magazine has Teofimo Lopez as number 1, the champion. He hasn't, he's been talking about not fighting again, retiring, doing this, yanking everybody's chain, saying that he can beat everybody, but at the same time he says he's not getting enough money. Well, that shows me that this individual is not interested in looking for legacy and being the best. He's just looking for a payday. All right. Number 1, they have Ring Magazine that has Josh Taylor as number 1, 19 fights, 1 loss, 13 knockouts. He's ranked number 1 over Regis, who is a champion. How does that make any sense? I don't understand. All right, Regis ranked number 2. He's a WBC champion. Then number 3 is Jose Ramirez. I can't remember the last time Jose Ramirez fought. I think it was earlier this year, or maybe earlier this year. I think he was. He had a really good fight. I was actually impressed with his performance. But Jose Ramirez is ranked number 3. All right, number 3 by Ring Magazine. And number 4, we have Subriel Matias. All right, so we have Josh Taylor, who lost. Regis Prograis, ranked number 2. Again, Josh Taylor ranked number 1. Regis Prograis, ranked number 2. Jose Ramirez, who doesn't have a championship, ranked number 3. Subriel Matias, who's knocked everybody out and has a body in his resume, is ranked number 4. Now, could you explain that to me? I don't understand the logic behind this ranking. Let's look at the other people in this ranking, junior welterweight division. According to Ring Magazine, we have Richardson Hitchens, 17-0 with 7 knockouts. He's at number 5. Then we have Jack Catterall. He's ranked number 6. He's got 1 defeat, 28 fights, 1 defeat, 13 knockouts. Then we had Arnold Barboza, 28 fights, 10 knockouts. He's ranked number 7. Then number 8, Gary Antoine Russell. Number 9, Sandor Martin. And Kenneth Sims Jr., number 10. Now, which one of these guys is going to step up? And I believe that in order to shut the naysayers up, Subriel Matias needs to fight one of these guys. And it's not that Subriel doesn't want to fight these guys, it's that these guys don't want any part of Subriel Matias. They're trying to find, and you know, when you're going home and there's a big traffic jam, you're trying to find shortcuts in order to get home easier, a route that not too many people know. That's what these people are doing, man. They're looking for the short route, the shortcut to becoming champion. And the shortcut, the weak link, is Rolly Romero, and that's the reason why Ryan Garcia said that he would like to fight Rolly Romero. So all those critics, all those guys that are tuning to my channel, that are making comments about, you know, who has Matias fought, Matias hasn't fought anybody, stuff like that, just ask yourself, why is that? Why hasn't any of these guys called out Subriel Matias? I believe that Arnold Barboza is one that called out Subriel Matias. Hey, if I was Subriel, I'd jump on that immediately. Okay, that's a legitimate challenge. That guy is a legitimate opponent in that weight division. I think Matias would destroy him. Would destroy him inside of 7-8 rounds, the most. All right. Jack Catterall is another great opportunity for him. I mean, he beat Josh Taylor, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of people that saw that fight. So why doesn't Jack Catterall say, hey, I want Matias' title? All right? Because they're looking for the easy way out. They're looking for the shortcut. What I just mentioned. They're trying to fight somebody that they can make more money and an easier fight than Subriel Matias. Then we have Josh Taylor. Why doesn't Josh Taylor try to gain his title back? Okay, one of the reasons he's been talking about going up to 147 pounds. Do you really think that Josh Taylor has any shot at 147 pounds against Boots Ennis or any of these other guys? No, he does not. So that's the reason why for you people that aren't knowledgeable in the sport of boxing, for you people that criticize the abilities of a Subriel Matias, who's knocked everybody out, who's able to cut off the ring, who's got better defense than what you guys think, who actually is a destroyer, who is a generational fighter, throwback fighter. This guy is one of a kind, my friends. All right. Why does these champions and former champions from 1 to 10 that I just spoke about, including Sandor Martin, who I believe has a shot, or I believe he's a mandatory for one of these titles. I can't remember. He is, I would have to look, but I believe he's got a shot at one of these guys. I can't remember who. All right. But anyway, guys, that is my point. You know, don't criticize before, and don't make comments if you haven't done your homework, if you haven't researched the fighter, if you haven't seen his fights, if you haven't looked at the opponents this champion or this great prospect has. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people nowadays they try to get by just making off the wall comments and without even knowing, and basically what they're doing is they're looking ignorant. For those of us who know a little bit about the sport, who's been following for a long time, these are either biased, all right, or ignorant comments, all right. And I can forgive the ignorance, because ignorance is fixable. When you're biased towards a fighter, just because, you know, envy or whatever other type of reason you have to hate this fighter, all right, that is worse. But anyway, guys, I just want to run this by you real quick. Today, Sunday, it's a nice day here in Miami, kind of gloomy, whatnot, but I just wanted to share that with you. Why doesn't Ryan Garcia call out Subriel Matias? Why doesn't any of these guys call out Subriel Matias? Arnold Barboza called him out, and so did, I believe, Michel Rivera. All right, he would destroy both of these guys. If I was Subriel Matias' team, I'd try to stay active as much as possible and force the hand of some of these other champions and some of these other organizations. Say, you know what, let's get it on. All right, guys, anyway, this is all for now. Until next episode, this is Coach Mario from Warriors Pride Boxing Academy, owner and head coach, with another episode of Inside the Ropes, saying goodbye, hasta la vista. God bless you all, and peace.